Welcome to the Fitness Simplified Podcast. I'm Brooke Davis, women's functional nutritionist and fitness specialist with Elysian Women's Wellness, and I'm here to simplify your fitness. Today, we are diving into an important topic for women looking to support hormonal balance or optimal hormonal balance, and that is balancing blood sugar. This becomes especially important during perimenopause because a lot of women are experiencing shifts in their energy levels, mood swings, unexplained weight gain during this time, and hormones play a big role in it. And one key factor behind some of these changes is how well your body can regulate blood sugar. In this episode, we are going to explore why blood sugar balance becomes so important during perimenopause, how it can impact your hormones, overall health, and most importantly, some simple actionable steps that you can take to stabilize it and support your body. So let's get started. Number one is why balancing your blood sugar actually matters. So balancing your blood sugar is crucial for hormonal support in really women of all ages, not just during perimenopause, because blood sugar levels directly impact your major hormones like insulin, obviously, cortisol, and even sex hormones like estrogen and progesterone. So when blood sugar spikes and crashes, the body releases more insulin, which is this hormone that helps your body absorb glucose or sugar from the bloodstream. Too much insulin over short periods of time can cause or increase the risk of insulin resistance, or essentially, it increases your body's tolerance to insulin. So insulin resistance is not only a driver of weight gain, but it also contributes to imbalances in estrogen and progesterone, which are our main sex hormones. And they are responsible for not only reproductive health, but so many functions in the body. The other thing that frequent blood sugar swings can do is cause increased cortisol production, which is our main stress hormone. So if you've been around long enough, you know that chronically high cortisol levels can disrupt sleep, increase anxiety, contribute to the imbalance of sex hormones further, leading to downstream issues like irregular periods, mood swings, fatigue. By working to keep your blood sugar somewhat stable, it can really better support your hormonal health. It can reduce inflammation and help reduce or even prevent hormone-related symptoms like PMS, PCOS, endometriosis, things like that. This is not to say that your blood sugar is supposed to stay straight line all day long. That's not the case. It is meant to have fluctuations. That's why this insulin system is in place. And that is how glucose gets shuttled to the cells for energy. It's how it gets stored as energy. So this is a normal process, but it is the extremes and the chronic extremes that we want to try and avoid. So why is this such a big deal during perimenopause? As you approach menopause, which is the slow decline of the ovary's ability to produce your sex hormones like estrogen and progesterone, there are downstream effects on almost every system in the female body, from your gut health to your musculoskeletal system and your brain. So these hormones don't just regulate your menstrual cycle. In addition to the three things I just mentioned above, they also play a huge role in how your body manages insulin. When these estrogen and progesterone levels start to fluctuate, your sensitivity to insulin can change, and your body really just might not handle sugar, carbohydrates as efficiently as it used to, leading to blood sugar spikes after meals, which can cause those energy crashes and increased cravings. It can cause increased fat storage, specifically around the belly, hence the meno belly. And then, of course, insulin resistance, which can set the stage for type 2 diabetes if it's not managed in the right way. While this might seem like an uphill battle, there are several ways to balance your blood sugar, and they don't require extreme dieting, complicated strategies, anything like that. But before we get into strategy, let's talk about some of the common signs that your blood sugar may not be as stable as it should be. So you might be experiencing things like energy crashes in the middle of the day, often after a meal or a sweet snack. You might have strong sugar or carb cravings, especially later in the day. Irritability, anxiety, mood swings when you're hungry, also known as being hangry. Difficulty losing weight, especially around the belly. Poor sleep quality if you're waking up frequently in the night. This is because your blood sugar crashes. Cortisol comes in to help stabilize that blood sugar and it wakes you up. and then brain fog, difficulty concentrating, especially in the afternoon. So if any of these sound familiar, it's possible that by addressing your blood sugar, it could be really beneficial for you, reducing some of those symptoms, and again, reducing your risk of disease later on. What can you do to balance your blood sugar, feel more energized and stable throughout the day? So number one is going to be eat balanced meals. Make sure your meals have a balance of protein, fiber, and healthy fats. And of course, limit simple or quick digesting carbs, carbohydrates like bread, cereal, things with added sugars. Eating fats and fiber first, then protein during a meal helps slow down the digestion. So glucose is released slower into the bloodstream and it makes you feel more full, reducing the likelihood of overeating. The Italians really have it on point. They eat, all the pasta, but what they do first is they have their salad with their dressing. So they have their fat and fiber first, which slows down the digestion of their pasta. And like I said, makes them feel full. So they're probably not eating as much pasta as we do, just sitting down to a full plate of it first thing off the bat. So in terms of carbs, my favorite way to put this, and I didn't make this up, but I've heard it a million times, is to never eat a naked carb. And I always just think of this little bread with butt cheeks running around. But whenever you eat carbs, even healthy ones like fruit or whole grains, try to pair them with some sort of protein or fat. So example would be instead of just having an apple as a snack, making sure to have an apple with like almond butter or peanut butter. Or even if you're going to have a cookie, first have some fruit or something with fiber. I used this example the other day. I went to the store. It was at the end of the day. I was hungry and I grabbed a protein shake. I grabbed some cookie dough and I grabbed some raspberries. And so I ate my raspberries and my protein shake first. And then I had my cookie dough. That technically was a fully balanced meal. I had protein, I had fiber, fruit, and then I had my carb. While obviously that is not the most high quality or nutrient dense meal, the raspberries are, but that was a balanced meal and it was something I enjoy. So I am a proponent of the 80-20 rule for the most part, unless somebody has, something really specific. And so that is another way that you can make foods that you enjoy still be balanced and still serve your goals. Moving on. Number 2 is to eat regularly. There is no metabolism boosting reason to eat every 2 to 3 hours, but it does help stabilize blood sugar levels. When you go too long without eating or between meals, your blood sugar drops, causing extreme hunger, cravings, and then you're grabbing whatever you can get to next, which is usually not the most nutrient dense option. It's not like you have to set a timer and 6 small meals is not better than 3 to 4 normal meals throughout the day. But eating something balanced, eating a balanced meal or even a balanced snack every 2 to 3 hours is going to help support stable blood sugar levels, which is going to help you get enough food as well, which is something that most women also struggle with. Number 3 is starting with a balanced breakfast. So many women I talk to skip breakfast or they're relying on something quick, carb heavy like toast or cereal first thing in the morning. Not being hungry in the morning is not necessarily a good thing. It means you're running on stress hormones, your metabolism isn't firing enough to even be hungry, even after so many hours of not eating. But starting your day with a breakfast that includes protein, healthy fats, fiber, can set you up for better success throughout the day as well as long term. So for example, some things like eggs with ground beef and spinach or some other veggies, whatever you enjoy, Greek yogurt with chia seeds or hemp seeds and berries, a protein smoothie with greens, flax seeds, nut butter, and you can keep your avocado toast, just make it on sprouted bread and then add some smoked salmon. These meals will help keep your blood sugar stable right from the start of your day and avoid that mid-morning crash, which then leads you to reach for the next available thing. The other thing to consider when it comes to breakfast is that coffee actually increases your blood sugar response to carbs. So when you drink your coffee and then you go for that morning donut or bagel, you're actually making things worse in the long run, right? You have that then major spike, that major crash, and you're wondering why you don't feel great. Number 4 is watch hidden sugars. We most often think about sugar as something sweet or in soda, but hidden sugars are in everything from sauces to salad dressings, and things you wouldn't even think have and absolutely don't need sugar have sugar in them. So ideally, we want no more than 25 to 30 grams of added sugars per day. This doesn't include fruits or milk sugars. I'm talking about sugar specifically added to foods, which adds up quickly in terms of calories and also contributes to the hyperpalatability. Foods are hyperpalatable, which means they have excess or the right ratios of salt, sugar, and fats, making us want to eat more of them and crave them. So always read your nutrition labels and try and limit those processed foods that can cause blood sugar spikes without you even realizing it. Number 5 is to stay hydrated. Drink your water. Yes, there are more reasons to drink your water. So dehydration can actually cause your body to release stress hormone, cortisol, which can raise your blood sugar. So making sure that you're drinking water throughout the day, especially if you're exercising, it's hot outside. So the recommended amount is half your body weight in ounces as a minimum, and then an extra 20 ounces for every hour of exercise. I always suggest that everyone add in a low sodium electrolyte like Cure. You can use my code BDavis20 for 20% off, because most people are low in those electrolytes. And you can use the extra absorption of water. Just drinking a ton of water doesn't necessarily mean you are absorbing it and using it. If you're nowhere near that minimum goal, then start slow. Add 10 to 15 ounces per day to your current intake until you get there. Some tips for adding water is to make sure your bottle has a straw. It's easy to get to. Get a big water bottle. You're not having to fill it up a bunch of times throughout the day. Have multiple of them. So have them wherever you go. Have one in your car, have one at your desk, have one in the kitchen. Just make it super convenient. If you're just like, I'm not a water person, doesn't taste good, whatever, adding lemon, apple cider vinegar, even fruit can be a really great way to just get some more flavor so that you're not drinking the water. And then, of course, the electrolytes can help with that as well. And number 6, again, if you're new here, this is not surprising. So exercise regularly, but you do need to keep it somewhat balanced. So exercise and building muscle is one of the best ways to help regulate your blood sugar, because it actually makes your muscles more sensitive to insulin, and muscle helps your body process glucose more efficiently. However, during perimenopause, you do want to stay balanced, because over-exercising, doing too much high-intensity training can actually cause blood sugar to spike, increases your stress hormone, cortisol, and so you do want to prioritize strength and resistance training, working really in that 6 to 10 rep range with adequate rest times. That's what's going to help you build muscle. And then 2 to 3 days of moderate to high-intensity cardio if you have the capacity for it. Walking after meals, even 2 to 3 minutes of walking after meals has shown to be beneficial to utilizing glycogen and stabilizing blood sugar levels. And then most recently, a study just came out showing that 10 squats every 45 minutes was actually more beneficial than a 30-minute walk when it came to supporting blood sugar levels. So there's something to set your timer for and aim for to get up out of your seat throughout the day. Number 7 is managing stress levels, which is something I think everybody struggles with. So cortisol, right? Stress management is the real key to balancing blood sugar. There is so many things that set off our cortisol, and that is one of the main triggers for cortisol spikes. So when you're stressed, your body releases cortisol, and because it is a glucose regulator, that causes your blood sugar to rise. So that can be great when we're being chased by a saber-toothed tiger and need quick energy to get away. But chronic stress can make it harder to maintain stable blood sugar, even when your diet and exercise are on point. So incorporating stress-reducing activities like meditation, deep breathing, spending time in nature is a huge one. Grounding, get your feet on the earth. Even just simple 1 to 3 minute exercises like low and slow breathing, box breathing, body scans, these can all greatly improve your stress response. I will link some of those in the show notes as well. So lastly, I want to talk about supplementation. Like most aspects of health, supplements should be the last line of defense to your diet, exercise, and lifestyle, but can actually be pretty impactful when paired with those things. When it comes to supporting your blood sugar balance, there are several really accessible natural supplements and remedies that may be helpful. So first up is going to be apple cider vinegar. You're going to make sure it's organic, raw. Studies have shown that taking just a tablespoon of apple cider vinegar diluted in water, because it will strip your throat before meals, might help reduce blood sugar spikes by improving insulin sensitivity and slowing down carbohydrate absorption. It's an easy, super affordable option that can be really beneficial. Berberine is another big one. It's a plant compound found in herbs like golden seal and barberry, and it has been shown to support glucose metabolism. Berberine works really similar to the prescription metformin. It's not a replacement for that, so always talk to your doctor before coming off of anything or replacing, but it helps regulate insulin and reduce blood sugar levels. So ideally, you want to take berberine in just small doses with meals. A few other supplements that can help manage blood sugar are going to be Ceylon cinnamon specifically. So it's been shown to improve insulin sensitivity and lower your fasting blood glucose. And then chromium, so going into minerals, can help regulate glucose levels and improve insulin action, specifically for those who experience big blood sugar fluctuations, spikes and drops. And then magnesium is another amazing mineral that is something that over 50% of the population is deficient in anyways. So this is a really easy way to support overall health while also addressing your blood sugar balance. So adding these supplements alongside a balanced diet, regular movement can be really helpful for supporting, maintaining stable blood sugar levels, especially during perimenopause. Of course, remember to consult your doctor, healthcare provider before adding or removing any supplements, especially if you're taking medication or if you have any pre-existing conditions. Balancing your blood sugar during perimenopause is not necessarily just about avoiding energy crashes or cravings, although, like I said, it does help. It's a really powerful tool overall to support your health. Some long-term benefits include better weight management. Again, it reduces that fat storage around the belly. It improved hormonal balance, making symptoms like hot flashes, mood swings, and sleep disruptions occur less and be less intense. Then, of course, reduces your risk of chronic diseases like diabetes, heart disease even. And then we have more consistent energy. So reduces your afternoon crashes. And then that vicious cycle of relying on caffeine and sugar to get through your day, which just makes things even worse in the long run. So like I said, balancing blood sugar in perimenopause really doesn't have to be complicated. And just by making those small kind of intentional changes, like eating your balanced meals, exercising intelligently, managing your stress, you really can take control of your energy levels, support your hormones better, and just feel better overall. We are currently running our only special of the year, which is our Black Friday in October. You get November and December completely free. If there was something you heard that was helpful or impactful, please screenshot it, tag me, and share what it was so we can bring you more. And you'll be entered into our monthly Legion Recharge giveaway.
If you have any questions, suggestions for future topics, or just want to chat, feel free to reach out to us on Instagram at Brooke_Elysian and Facebook linked in the show notes, or via our website, ElysianWomen'sWellness.com. And if you enjoyed what you heard today, we'd be thrilled if you could take a half second to leave us a 5-star review. Not only will you be helping others find our show, but you'll also be entered into our monthly $100 giveaway for no reviews. New episodes drop every Monday, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more. Thanks for listening. See you soon.